I want to achieve my goals, but somehow my plans always fall apart. I started a diet, but it only lasted 3 days. Haven't you all had experiences like this? Maybe it's not because you lack willpower. In fact, it seems that humans are inherently built that way. This book is one that teaches you the technology to reliably achieve your goals, taking into account these slightly flawed, human traits. Hello! This time, I will introduce Kenichi Nagatani's book, The Technology to Absolutely Achieve. The person who teaches us this amazing technology is Kenichi Nagatani. Mr. Nagatani is a specialist who has thoroughly analyzed the goals set by over 10,000 people and the data from their actual actions. Based on this vast amount of data and his own experience, he has identified the differences in actions and ways of thinking between people who are always successful in achieving their goals and those who are not, and has compiled these into 5 technologies that are easy for anyone to understand and practice. Mr. Nagatani himself also seems to have deeply explored goal achievement and human behavior as a practitioner, by diligently studying during long commutes on the train and providing employee survey services for many years at a company. He is like a reliable teacher who not only discusses theory but also knows how to succeed in the field. The most important thing I want to convey in this book is that goal achievement doesn't just require willpower or guts, but proper technology. So, why do we often fail when we set goals? This is because there are hidden reasons, such as deep down not truly wanting to lose weight, many elements making it difficult to continue taking action, overlooking things that happen without deep thought, trying to do it all alone without telling anyone, or perhaps just thinking you are doing it. This book teaches concrete methods for overcoming these obstacles to goal achievement. Specifically, mastering the 5 technologies: the technology to set goals, the technology to continue action, the technology to reflect on action, the technology to learn from others, and the technology to change action, is the key to achieving goals. For example, the technology to set goals. Instead of just a wish like I want to lose weight or I want to increase sales performance, it is extremely important to include specific deadlines and numbers, by when, what, and how much you will achieve. And when you set that goal, it's important to be honest about the voice in your heart, whether it makes you feel excited, thinking, okay, let's do it, or anxious, thinking, oh, maybe I can't. If the goal isn't one that you can feel genuinely positive about from the bottom of your heart, it's difficult to continue taking action. Next is the technology to continue action. There are things like studying that you tend to put off, aren't there? In such cases, the technique of doing it incidentally alongside a habit you already do every day, for example, incidentally while riding the commuter train or incidentally while taking a bath, is extremely effective. Also, making what you are doing visible so someone else can see it is recommended. For example, reporting your study progress to a friend, or writing about it on a blog and publishing it. By creating a situation where you might be seen if you slack off, it naturally leads to continuation. And then, the technology to reflect on action. When things don't go well, regretting and feeling down about yourself actually lowers motivation. What's important is to properly focus on what you were able to do and praise yourself, saying you did well, no matter how small it is. This is the first step to gaining insights that can be used next time. And even about what you were able to do, ask yourself once more, was this really the best it could be? By not ending things with just I did it or I didn't do it, but thinking deeply about why it went well and how it could be done better, you connect it to your growth. Reflection doesn't need to be overthought. It seems to be effective to set aside 15 minutes once a week and summarize what you were able to do that week and the insights gained from it in a short text of about 300 characters. Furthermore, the technology to learn from others. Achieving goals becomes a much greater force when you skillfully involve the people around you, rather than struggling alone. Especially from people you might not get along with or find difficult, you can gain incredibly important insights precisely because they have different ways of thinking and perspectives than you. And honestly accepting feedback from others, such as if you do it this way, perhaps it will be even better, also helps you grow. When giving feedback as well, opening the other person's heart with empathy and prompting them to realize the answer themselves with questions makes it a learning-rich time for both parties. Finally, the technology to change action. An action plan set once is not necessarily always correct. Especially in today's rapidly changing times, courage is needed to change your actions as the situation changes. Even if you are diligently doing the action you initially decided on, it might not bring you closer to your goal. If you have continued the decided action for 3 weeks but it hasn't become a habit, It might be a sign that the action plan is too difficult. In such cases, don't get discouraged, but boldly change it to an action that is easy enough that you think, I can do this every day. Continuing even simple things is much more valuable for achieving goals than planning difficult things. Thus, correcting the planned actions based on insights gained from reflection and feedback from others is the shortest path to achieving goals. The technologies introduced in this book are all small tips, but by mastering them, you no longer need to rely on willpower or guts. Anyone can reliably achieve the goals they set for themselves, whether in work or private life. And that is not just about clearing goals, but also about changing your own habits and actions and ways of thinking, and upgrading yourself. This book is packed with concrete know-how that can be put into practice immediately. It will surely be useful for people who want to increase work productivity, people who want to adopt new habits, people who want to build better relationships with the people around them, and most of all, for you who are positive and wish to become a person who achieves goals and grow even a little. Now, why not read this book, maximize your potential, and take the first step towards a life where you grasp the desired results. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel and give it a high rating. Well then, see you in the next video. May your life become better.